Hello plant people, and welcome to my tour of my Wolli Creek plant apartment. Now the story here is we're doing some renovations at our house in Tempe, and the garden and the plant area I had on my balcony is completely gone. So I had to relocate all my plants, and we had this apartment in Wolli Creek, and so everything has come here, except I've got more now. Because actually no one's living here right now. Later on in the project we'll move in, but right now this is basically just an apartment that's daycare for all my plants. My partner always has said, you have too many plants, stop buying plants. I'm sure you've heard this. And back at home I would have to be sneaky. But this is quite nice because I can buy new plants now and put them here and they don't know. So for the time being, I've got a little secret garden. But I just thought I'd make a little video of the tour. So I'll start over here. This is what I call begonia corner. It's got a few begonias there. This top begonia here has been lots of fungal issues. This can happen with begonia. So still trying to treat that. Down here we've just acquired a begonia maculata, and then we've got a polka dot plant. I think I got this one at a plant swap. And chain of pearls here. I'm still struggling with the care of chain of pearls. That's one plant I've never had much success with. This is the cactus table. I do love cacti. This one here is a crested one I got as a cutting from my friend in Melbourne. And over here we have some staphylium, which I grew from seed, also from Melbourne. So I'm very happy to have been able to propagate something like that. This one in the middle, frankly, it's a bit of a rude shape, but it's a Echinocereus rugissimus rubispinus. It's my pride and joy. It's probably the most expensive cactus I've bought. It's a bit hard to see the light, but the color is nice ruby red and it just flowered. I'm so pleased about that. Also got a little version of it here. Obviously not as big, but you can see the red has started to develop. And just some other odds and ends. This is a self-propagated jade plant. Other cacti I found interesting. This one here I got from the plant fair day last year. This one was a given away. This section is interesting because I've had to work out the light requirements quite a lot in this apartment. And I had some plants here originally and they got burned. Didn't like the sunlight exposure, but what I'm trying now is my one and only Hoya. I've never had much luck growing Hoya, but this one so far seems to be happy here. And we got a pink splash syngonium, alocasia. Have a look at this, like a little cheeky polka dot plant has propagated itself in there. Probably have to come out. I always find it fun when that happens. Another polka dot plant. And we'll go outside in a bit, but I'll come this way. So these plants all here more enjoying shade because there's no direct light in this part of the apartment. You've got the alocasia zebrina. I've got a peace lily just chilling out there. It's a very young one I've propagated. And down here, a very sad satin pothos I got from IKEA. There were originally two in there. One has been victoring, I think, of overwatering. So I've really just had to watch the water drainage in this pot. And here we have the caletheas. And you can see the burn damage. These are the ones that were over there. They got burned. Originally I wanted them over there, but they just don't like the light exposure. And this is an anniversary gift I got from my partner just this week. I'm gonna actually fill this and make it into a plant container. There's these stones here for drainage, and I've got a sempervivum coming. Thinking a nice rosette sempervivum will look quite fun in there. Yeah, up here this is more begonia. That begonia was over there originally with the other begonias, but just took it away in case the powdery mildew spread. And we've got a nice anthurium I got from ex-rental plant sale, the Grow Centre in Mascot. And this is one of my pride and joys right now. This orchid, Cascadian Cymbidium, with beautiful chocolate coloured flowers, dark made chocolate flowers. And I paid far too much for this, but I really wanted it because I originally was growing a small one from a bulb I got from Bunnings. And it grew for about a year and then just suddenly died. I really don't know what went wrong with it, possibly overwatering, but I thought I was being careful. So I went to the orchid place just down the road here in New South Wales, and I said to them, what do you have that's a Cascadian Cymbidium this colour? And the fellow said, well, I've got one that's just bloomed. Here it is. And I was like, I'll take it. It didn't really matter the price, I was always going to take it. So it's in bloom now. It's dropped a couple of flowers, which I'm wondering what's going on there, but maybe it was just time, because I think I'm pretty careful about the watering of that. We've got another Monstera. This was actually outside in our old apartment, old house, but much prefers being indoors. It's put out so many new leaves. Originally I moved it from the exterior of the house to the upstairs balcony. And it's just loving being indoors. Only other plant inside here is another orchid. This is one I got from the plant fair last year. All this bulb here, this is all new growth since I got it, so it's a pretty happy one. And I'm hoping by around April next year it will produce its next flower spike, because that's when it was flowering originally. Alright, we're coming outside. Lots of these plants were in the garden at the old house, and they have a nice airport view now. See, that's the airports over there. You can see Qantas, but now these plants get an airport view. I've got my favourite fuchsia, is just producing so many flowers. We've got just some other assorted things. There's a jade plant, and we've got some staphylium and native Camelosium, so tea tree. This one should have nice purple flowers. This is a new addition. This I got from a neighbour. I found out my neighbour just put out some plants out the front saying please take me to a new home, and this is what I picked up. It's a type of euphorbia. We did some identification on the plant group, and now it has an airport view. I might try just potting up some of these pups. See the small ones there? They might become pups which I can propagate into a smaller plant. Got a succulent basket happening here next to my other plant, Pao Shin. And over here we just have the collection of blooms for now. This nice purple one was last year's anniversary gift from my partner, because year 4 the theme was flower or floral, and I got this purple one, and also this bougainvillea, which I struggled with. It got a fungal leaf disease back in the garden. It was in a basket, and I've just relocated it here with this plant stand, hoping it's going to have a new lease of life. I just potted up a frangipani just the other day. This is one of my favourites right now. It's also a native tea tree, ballerina, Leprospermum ballerina, I think. And this one is called Paddy's Pink. So I do like to grow a few natives. And the last thing I bought yesterday was some petunias, because I cannot resist a striped petunia. So that is, a 10-minute video, but full plant tour of the plant nursery here at Wolli Creek, what I call the Sky Garden. It's a beautiful morning. It's about 8 o'clock on a Saturday. An airplane's just taking off there. And hope you guys have a good weekend.